Hello, and welcome to Andre's video blog for June 20th, 2012. Well, it's a beautiful, balmy, and humid 92 degrees out there on this first day of summer. Happy summertime to everybody in the northern hemisphere. Now, this has been a particularly dry winter around here, and actually a fairly wet spring, but the Farmer's Almanac in the state have predicted a dry and hot summer, which will be delightful for me because I don't mind dry and hot, but for all the people who complain about the water table, uh, it may not be. But, there's a lot of things I really love about the summer. I love taking pictures outside, especially of all the plants and the flowers growing around, and going down to the coast and taking pictures of the ships and, doing my photography that way, since there's a lot of things going on around here in the summertime. But, something else comes to mind this time of year, especially when applying to summer travelers and tourists, and that is the idea of common sense. Common sense is a word that's been kind of bandied about a lot lately, especially in my own immediate family. I have a lot of people I know, family and friends, who have been telling me lately, don't you think that common sense would tell you to do this, or tell you to do that, or not to do this, or not to do that? Well, I've been thinking a little bit about what that word means. It's actually the title of a famous book about American politics by Thomas Paine, the term common sense. And I've been thinking a little bit about that. Common, meaning something that applies to everybody. Sense, basically meaning understanding. Common and sense, put them together, and that basically means everybody's understanding. Everybody understanding the same thing. That's what common sense means. And for everybody to understand the same things about the world, they would all have to be the same. And people aren't. So, to me, common sense would be a rather inapt term. And I think it's been a little bit overused, along with the term drama. I mentioned it to a friend last night about drama, and I'll mention it now about common sense. Now, suppose common sense were to exist in objective reality. What would it be like? Common sense should tell drivers to be kind to others and to consider their place on the road. Common sense should tell you, if your complexion is fair, that you will become burnt by the sun if you go outside without sunblock. And common sense should tell those people, if you get burnt in the sun, then your probabilities of getting skin-related diseases like cancer of the skin are higher. Common sense should tell people that if they work for a boss and don't like being pushed around, then they shouldn't really complain about work because they did that to begin with. And they really have nothing to complain about because they made their own decision. Common sense should tell people who say, I am tired of the trash on TV today, that I shouldn't turn on and watch what Snooki is doing on Jersey Shore or whatever. Common sense should tell us that, well, we don't like the profanity in hip-hop and we don't want to hear it anymore. Well, then why are they making so much hip-hop with profanity? Common sense should tell us all of these things, and maybe they do. But if there is such a thing as a common sense, I don't really think the human beings are paying much attention to it. So therefore, I have decided personally to transfer my attention from having common sense to having sense, period. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Tyler Perry Medea films. And, one common theme with the Medea character, she's this big, buxomy, woman who has this huge, family, and she kind of has to be a little hard on him sometimes and be the elder spokesperson. She often says, it's terrible when people don't have any sense. And, I'm really growing to dislike the term common sense, but love the term sense. Because sense opens up your possibility. It does exactly what I'm talking about. It gives each individual a way in which to have an understanding of their own that they can deal with. Common sense to me has some of the same problems of my growing up, where people would say, we should all learn to get together because we all share the same blood, we all share the same basic ethnicity, and therefore, we should all get along better because we're all basically the same. Well, biologically, yeah, that may be true. But the fact is, as each of our cultures have developed on different continents and in different places, all of us have developed very different ways of thinking. So therefore, when we get together and say, I think this way and I think that way, our tendency becomes to argue over which way is better. So if we want to get along, there tends to be that instinct to say, well, if we're going to get along, we have to accept the things we do have in common, which are flesh and blood. It's hard for us to always accommodate cultural differences and learn to tolerate them rather than try to make everything all the same. And I think that's the same with common sense. It's a lot easier for somebody to tell somebody who thinks and acts differently than they do, well, you don't have any common sense. Because that implies that the world around them is kind of all the same and everybody is the same. But in reality, it's our sense of being, our sense of others around us, and our sense of ourselves that are important. Common sense, there are very, 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 very few things in life that could actually apply to common sense. Birth and death are probably the only things that would apply to common sense. Everything else is completely relative. It really is. So when you're out on the road, when you're out among traffic this summer, when you were dealing with a lot of vacationers, some of whom may be from other states or other countries that have foreign ways to you, they may not even speak the same language you do. Just remember, there's a difference between sense and common sense. Have a happy summer. Enjoy the nice weather. Talk to you next time.